And good evening and welcome to a mystery race here on Speed Gaming 3, Link to the Past Randomizer League. Tonight we got Amarith and Kyong representing Swedish Rubbers and kind of Rando Retired. So two good racers, definitely known in the community. And looks like, although it's a mystery seed and we don't know what it will be, we do know that we have a sword tonight. I am Lumaga, one of your commentators, and with me in the booth is Antisim. Antisim, good evening. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you, Lumaga?
I'm doing good. You know, I've seen a lot of these mystery seeds this week, and some of them are just kind of absurd, whereas some of them are quick as lightning. So it's the fun of mystery. You don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah, honestly, there's some runs that take 50 minutes and then some that take 2.5 hours. So it should be interesting to see what we get today.
Yes, as I mentioned, we do have Assured Sword. A lot of different things could be randomized. We know it's not going to be Randomizer just because there's no Randomizer text on the screen, but could be open, could be standard, could be inverted.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see, which is half the fun right there. And we should be getting underway any moment now here. So what are you hoping for, Lumaga?
Well, I don't want to be here all night, so let's make it kind of middle of the road. Maybe a key sanity would be fun. Maybe an entrance, maybe a full entrance rather than whole cross keys would be nice.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun. Personally, I'm hoping for a PED goal with required crystals. Just me, though. And here we go. And a split start right off the bat.
And start looks like it's just open.
And we have a red pendant at Hera and 2 regular crystals at Eastern and Desert.
Yeah, so we know it's not map, compass, shuffle, or key sanity. Otherwise, we would not see the crystals and the pendants on the map. Amarith headed straight towards Uncle, and Kyong taking a route to the Lost Woods, coming out of Sanctuary.
Yeah, that Assured Sword is going to be nice, because you maybe wouldn't be able to route an escape here like Amarith, but we'll see what she does.
Well, route escape if you like. Kyong finds the ether coin in the Lost Woods.
And a flute over here in the secret passage. That's nice for traveling.
So that's great finding it this early before Kakariko, because Kyong's not going to pick that up by the time he heads over there. And into escape, Amarith will go.
And Kyong
not a bad play to start off.
And Kyong gets some bombs in the well, which are in the drop down there, which is nice.
So this is a Kakariko division, right? This is a Light World Conference match, Kakariko division. Swedish Rubbers, you can see, has 3 points, 1 win on the season, whereas kind of Rando Retired with a perfect 7-0 on the season so far.
Yeah, they're definitely a very strong team. And then in the Thieves Hut, we had a piece of heart, and then 50 rupees. I missed the third chest, and 20 rupees.
Third chest looked like 50.
And just bombs in the back. All right, let's see if the escape play is going to pay off here.
Yeah, aside from that flute, we haven't seen a whole lot.
Nice sword slashes by Lumaga, or by Amarith. Ooh, fire rod in the well.
So both routes actually not so bad. You get the flute out of the secret passage. You get the fire rod and ether out of Lost Woods and Kakariko. So good start so far. Amarith gonna take the chance and go to the Dark Cross.
And technically, this is in logic for Kyong overall if we combine the both rounds, because we do have a fire rod.
That's right. Torches in those dark rooms will allow that to be in logic with the fire rod or the lamp. So whatever we get is going to kind of be in logic between the two of them. And it's, this being mystery, you could have wound up with Randomizer, which would have been maybe dangerous to go through a dark area, but just bats and ropes today. I really got to line yourself up and find that chest in the dark.
And just a red boom.
All right, blind check at the race game.
Yeah, I like this play. When you haven't had much in Kakariko, just go ahead, check this real quick.
Yeah,
and it's our first bottle. Yeah.
Go pick it up and give that back to Sick Kid. You could see almost expecting junk and then realizing, oh no, that's progression. I got to pick that up. All right, Amarith out on Kyong's trail, heading into Lost Woods to pick up that Ether Medallion, Fire Rod in the Kak Well, and Kyong taking all of Sick Kid's savings. You know, he was saving up for something, I'm sure.
Yeah, probably wanted to buy a new SNES console, but unfortunately can't do that anymore. Thanks, Kyong.
So just going back through each other's footsteps, Amarith into Kakariko, Kyong gonna do Uncle, but we'll see if he heads to Escape, which we know actually doesn't have much. I think it just had maybe a quarter heart piece.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised Kyong picked coming up here for Slaughter Runners, like going to Mini Moldorm Cave before, but it's going to pay off for him this time.
Well, no save and quit. That kind of signals the escape play for Kyong.
And Amarith now going to go pick up that fire rod. Probably going to be very happy. Though with that flute, we'll be able to route in that Sick Kid Jack a little bit faster than Kyong was able to as well.
Yeah, just a quick flute back to 3. And then there's a lot of things open after these two both activate their flutes. So Amarith will have the flute right away. Death Mountain, that is your logical access, but not so enticing since you don't have a hammer or a hook shot yet. It's really only 2 checks, and one of those is out of logic.
It may be worth it just to go grab the Uncle and not check what's up Spectacle Rock, just to get that save and quit point.
And so the other thing with mystery, we talked about a couple of the settings earlier. We know this assured sword. We know it's not an entrance, but we don't know what the goal is going to be. So we could actually have a thing, both defeat Ganon with or without reduced crystals. It might be a 7/7. It could be as low as a 3/3. Fairy caught Kyong doing a death warp.
At least with just 4 hearts and green mail, it's still a pretty quick death warp.
Sure. So it could be as low as a 3/3, could be a 7/7. You could actually have an all dungeons where you have to defeat Aga 1 and Aga 2. Could be a fast Ganon. And it also could even be a pedestal seed where you just need the pendants and go pick up the Master Sword Triforce on the pedestal. So still a lot of things we won't know until we get to either Ganon's Tower and we can look at the sign that's posted out there. That'll tell us our crystal requirements. Or go to the pyramid. That will tell us what the goal of the seed is. So still a little bit of time, and we're just kind of waiting to see what we're going to end up with.
Another thing, we could also randomize the difficulty. We don't know at the moment if we're on hard, standard, or expert. And we won't know until we find males or lack of them.
That's right. I believe it's hard. Even hard is capped at green mail and capped at tempered sword, whereas expert only gives you up to the Master Sword, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct, yes.
And actually, one way we'll be able to find that, even if we don't get those swords or mails, you'll see rupees come out of the chest with a 20 count. So that actually replaces one of those items. So that's one other way we can tell what sort of settings those are.
Yeah, those green 20s.
Quick trip to Desert first.
It's not a bad play. It's a little out of the way. If there's something important here, at least you're not isolating it. And with the flute, it's not that long of a check.
No, it's really not. And I think I understand the play. So I played with and against Amarith before. Kyong, I know, is quite a skilled runner, and I'm sure that Amarith knows that as well. So she might be thinking, I've got to take a little bit of a gamble if I want the leg up here. And gamble pays off for the Master Sword in Agina's Cave.
Yeah, that sword is really nice.
All right, quick trip to the dam nets us a full heart container and a big 20. One of the denser checks here is Mini Moldorn Cave. Kyong going to give us a check.
That's a nice full magic drop from the Mini Moldorm there.
Yeah, great for that fire rod.
Alright, in Mini Moldorm Cave we have items, I assume.
Lots of them. 5 to be exact. All right, Amarith's going to do us a solid and show us what the Mini Moldorm Cave has for us.
Oh, that Mini Moldorm deciding to going over to the center line just as Amarith went to the right. Gloves, boots, their second bottle, 50 rupees, and a piece of art. I like that cave. I like it a lot.
That's the best cave so far. Yeah, that's awesome. So we got boots, we got gloves. Bottle's good.
with that bottle, they can also set up a water walk with the boots and check the waterfall cave.
Now, they don't have Moon Pearl. I think that's still a requirement for that, but yes, they could set up the water walk. I don't know how.
Now,
it
with
would be
Boots water
helpful
walk,
to.
you can walk straight in there. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, with the Boots water walk, you can just walk straight in there. No Moon Pearl requirement at all. And Amarith is setting it up.
Yeah, that dash and the skin off the side of that cave exit will stay in a water walk state. Just has to get down to the dock, and then actually setting up the fake flipper. So
She's
what? Gonna store
it.
Yeah, gonna store the water walk.
Nice. I like this play. But you do only have one shot, though. If you mess it up once, the fake flipper, you lose that Boots water walk state, and you can't use it again.
All right, out of logic check coming up on Hobo.
That's Zora money.
Yep, and now with that stored water walk, able to just dash across the Lake Hylia area all the way up to Zora. Good play so far. And as mentioned, just able to walk in here for a quarter heart and some bombs. Now can't step on land, otherwise you'll lose that water walk state. 300 rupees cash of money up on the ledge for Zora, so we'll see if Zora pays off for us. Okay, so this is not going to be a hard or expert. That blue mail tells us we are on normal.
And honestly, not that bad of a scam for what Zora normally gives us. And back of escape check here from Amarith. And here we have 20 rupees, a piece of heart, and I guess that last chest is the map. Or the key.
Yeah, having counted, you know that it's going to be one or the other, so don't need to grab it. And here comes the flute, likely to Death Mountain.
Yep, going straight there.
Yeah, so even if the old man play doesn't get anything for us, like you mentioned, this gives us a save point, and actually the quickest way to get a full heart refill, and since you have the flute, navigate anywhere on the map, so always good to get this if you have the flute especially. Now a bunch of sticks, but safe point nonetheless.
That it is.
Amarith going for the super speed. Didn't quite get that one. Alright, Spec Rock, nothing today, just money.
And we have a green pendant in Skull Woods, a blue pendant in Thieves Town, and our 2 red crystals are Pod and Swamp Palace. That was a nice long map check. I liked that map check.
I don't know if I like that pendant crystal layout, personally. You've got Skull Woods, you've got Thieves Town, which are both short dungeons and may not even be necessary. You got to go through the longer ones.
That's true.
Alternatively, if it's a ped seed and you got to go through those only, then hey, we could be done pretty early tonight. I picked up that hammer in the front of Pod here. Or, I'm sorry, in front of Tower of Hera.
Ooh, that's nice. That's just a moon pearl away from Dark World now.
Alright, still one item left, so we're going to check that big chest, hoping not to find a small key.
And there's that last item. Oh, we have Kyong back on stream. And they are in Mini Molder, or Paradox Cave.
Alright, just in time for us to see the payload.
Red Cane. That is a nice find. And Amarith has their first crystal, or first pendant actually. And I guess Kyong found the moon pearl while he was frozen on our end, because he's traversing this dark world without any issue.
Yeah, I can't do that without the moon pearl, so I would guess that Amarith is going to pick it up here on the east side of Death Mountain. Get the hype cave check starting off strong with the bow leading to the mitts. Wow, we're hot here, and just some money to round us out, but that's a solid hype cave.
And that means we can clear every single pendant dungeon. If this is a pendant seed, that would be actually really nice for these runners. A pendant pet goal.
Yeah, so that actually gives us pretty good access to some of these crystal dungeons too. Now, Kyong, not wasting any time, wants to see what the goal is before doing anything else. There's that sign planted outside the pyramid. It's going to tell us what is the goal tonight.
Just 4 crystals to beat Ganon. That's not bad.
No, that gives
also,
Kyong a good pick on what he can do.
As long as we need 3 or 4 for opening GT, that's great. Unless in case we need more, then that's unfortunate.
All right, so let's see. With the current layout, what do we have accessible and beatable? You've got Desert, which I believe is beatable. Tower of Hera, we know is beatable. Pod, if you really wanted to break the logic. Swamp is not accessible yet, no flippers. You could fake flip your way into Ice Palace now that you have the all the items to get in there. Even Mire, I think the only one we can't do is TR.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, Amarith about to hit the big time sweepstakes on the Hype Cave with her bow and the Titan's Mitts.
Did you catch whether Ganon was fast Ganon or whether there was no hole there? It was too quick for me to see.
I did not see a hole. Chat also saying doesn't look like there was a hole.
Okay, all right, cool.
So still got to climb the tower and it's actually the crystals to get into the tower are independent of what you need for Ganon. Ooh, nice flippers in the pod basement. So we could end up with anywhere from 3 to 7 crystals needed to even enter the tower. Alright, some debate on if there was a hole or not. Let's see if we can see it at the top. There is a hole. It is fast Ganon.
So we just need 4 crystals then. That's not bad at all.
Yeah, of all of the mystery settings you could have, and League actually makes it pretty accessible to most runners. This is actually pretty generous.
It really is, and we can clear 4 crystals, I believe, at the moment. If we sequence break into Ice Palace, that is.
So Kyong actually showing off a new glitch that was recently legalized from the Racing Council. It's termed, Pog Clip, and really you put on a block from King's Samaria, and you're able to clip past those yellow blocks that block your way up the stairs. It's kind of an extended stair glitch. Wasn't able to pull it off, but still got through.
And we have a big key in the dark basement, so we'll be able to check the big chest here in a sec.
Yeah, only thing we can't do in logic here is really get to Helmasaur, because that last room in the basement with the turtles does not have a torch. I'm sorry, the rooms leading to it do not have the torch. The last one does, but that means that whole sequence of rooms is not in logic unless you have the lamp.
And Kyong is going straight to the back, not checking the left side there. Not checking the dark maze. It's not in logic, but you're already here.
Yeah, I don't think the dark room is going to scare him. And also, I think he realizes if he can do the dark rooms, he's ready to go. He's going to get Pod, Mirror over to Eastern, which actually we need to update the tracker. That is a crystal, I believe, and can do Ice and Desert. There's your 4 crystals.
Yeah, that's true. We are in go mode. Wow, in 28 minutes in.
It's out of logic go mode, which I guess is why we didn't call for it, but yes, go mode nonetheless. As long as you can do your dark rooms. Just for good measure, we got the Bombos, which we can use for Ice Palace. If we want to conserve a little magic on that Fire Rod.
And Helmasaur should go down shortly. 17 hits with the hammer, and then 4 more. Gonna go with Spin Strats. Has to be a little careful. Does have a red potion though. Ooh, that's a death. And has lost his fairy earlier as well. Or not. Must have picked up
another fairy.
Yeah. Yes, it is Fast Ganon.
Alright, Kyong picking up his first crystal at 29 minutes, about 40 seconds. First of 4 needed in order to get into Ganon, who has conveniently left the front door open.
And you're gonna go straight into Eastern Palace.
Yeah, there's no time to waste here. As long as you suss out that you know which 4 crystals you can get logically or not, just go for those big keys and go for the end.
Yeah, and even with like Ice Palace, you can just ice break and do it a lot faster now as well, rather than before when you had to do the bomb jump and go through all the Stalfos rooms. So either that or you do Swamp, one of the two. With flippers, both are in logic. But without the hook shot, I just realized we can't do Swamp.
Yeah, I actually think Swamp might be faster, so if we do run across that hook shot, you might see one or both go to either Swamp or Ice Palace, but would be interesting to see Icebreaker. It's a fun thing that another glitch that was legalized recently by the Racing Council.
And since I'm bad at bomb jump, that's the first one I learned.
Alright, no big key so far, so vanilla big key for Eastern Palace. Unfortunate death, but a fairy to the rescue for Amarith. And Amarith here in Dark Maze in Pod, maybe looking for the lamp to finish out that room with the turtles. It is a tricky room if you don't have like a Quake to knock them over, but she does have the Fire Rod, could light the way. Going back for it anyway.
I think might also be looking for that lamp to maybe help on if they're doing Silverless Master or Ganon, in which it would be a lamp is much easier to conserve magic on. Otherwise, they'd need to buy potions.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, yeah, no half magic. You're going to need potions. Just saw fairies in a red bottle, so no magic refill for them just yet.
Also, while we may only be 30 minutes in, we are already in go mode, so I just wanted to give a shout out to these runners. Go ahead, give them a follow. They've had a very nice seed here laid out for them, but they're doing an amazing job of just destroying the seed. And also, give a follow to my co-commentator Lumaga, and also our tracker has been doing an amazing job with some of the tech issues that we've had. So give them all a follow as well.
On to Armo, setting up a quick kill from the top. Bing, bang, boom, and he's down. Very nice.
Yep, that's the second crystal done.
Amarith taking care of those turtles, just smashing them to bits, and on her way to Helmasaur.
And Kyong going for Desert Palace.
Yeah, this one's an easy one. Just go find the big key and then head straight to the back. Even if it's boots locked, we found boots already.
In fact, if it's boots locked, it's better, it's faster. Just grab that big key and leave. But it's just a compass. So this has to either be the small key or the big key.
Well, it's small key, so we're gonna be traveling a bit for this big key. Amarith's taking down Helmasaur pretty nicely for her first crystal out of pod.
And there's the big key. So the last item is either in the big chest or on land moles themselves.
Interesting, he went all the way back to that chest to pick up a map. I mean, maybe he'd be looking for silvers just to finish this out a bit more quickly.
Yeah, silvers or a sword. Even a sword would be nice.
Yeah, that's true. We know we do have at least a tempered sword.
So today we are going to be on low percent when we're fighting Ganon for sure. At least for Kyong, who's I believe still on green mail.
Yeah, we do have Kyong and green mail. Blue mail was out at Zora, which he didn't check. And 2, 4, 6, 8 hearts so far and a master sword. So low percent indeed. Alright, running out of magic, so pulling out the sword, take it down this one. Third one gonna fall.
So a very quick fight there, even with running out of magic. And that's our third crystal, just one more before we can go kill a pig.
Yeah, so no hook shot means we're likely headed to ice here.
But first, potions.
Yeah, as you were saying, no lamp. We're going to have to conserve some magic or make sure we have enough refills for that Ganon fight. Especially
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of spins.
And chances are, as you mentioned, likely to see the icebreaker glitch Do have Canis and Maria, so going to be able to pull that off much faster than the bomb jump routing.
That it is. Hopefully, he remembers to flip the switch in the next room though first.
Ooh, good call. Yeah, that is required because otherwise you can't push that block down.
Yep. Only reason I know is because I may have made that mistake a few times. Nice bomb strats on these pen gators, though.
Well, there's a fun item, the shovel. Yeah, and going back for that orb, switching the boxes, and we're going to see Icebreaker as Amarith also setting up that quick kill on Armos.
Nice fight for her second crystal.
Alright, now watch closely. This is quick. You gotta clip yourself into this wall 1 pixel, and you take advantage of the door state, which, just get in the right position, you're able to put down a Samaria block, and you'll push your way through.
Perfect.
Kind of pixel perfect, but he's got it.
Let's see if he pulls the tongue. I've seen runners out of force of habit just pull that tongue to open the door, even though they don't need to anymore. And he doesn't. Nice. Red Mail and Ice Rod. Red Mail is nice when you're on this low health, but Ice Rod is useless this seed.
Yeah, normally that'd be one you want to see with a crystal TR, but we won't be looking for TR today. Alright, Amarith headed to the back for her third crystal. Also, hopefully realizing that she is in go mode. Did do a few extra checks looking at Mire Shed and Checkerboard Cave, but doesn't really need to go through any more of these checks. Just needs to find the big keys.
And Amarith is going to go for that big key chest, or big chest.
Right, didn't see this on Kyong's end. Few bombs.
Just bombs, yep. And it looks like we have Kyong's next frame, as Kyong is already on Ganon.
Just in time, too. Phase 1 of Ganon.
Yeah, and using some Mario strats to lock him in there, which is nice. It can be finicky, but it's very nice when it works.
Yeah, that Master Sword's going to bounce you around a little bit, and you do have to face away. Accidentally poke Ganon and lose your spin.
And it's going to use a potion there. Makes sense.
Yeah, green mail, 3 hearts. You don't mess around. You want to finish this out.
Yeah, 1 fire bat does 4 hearts, so... And he's on phase 3 now. Who misses that spin? Getting quite a few warps today.
Yeah, Kyong just kind of anticipating when Ganon's going to slow down, but evades the sword spin anyway. That's the last hit. We're going to get on to phase 4 real quick.
And silvers were in the tower. I doubt either runners are going to get that.
We don't even know how many crystals there were needed to open up that tower. Could have been 7 crystals.
Very true.
Alright, now I'm losing count, but is going to need 24 spins in order to get Ganon down.
And he's using the fire rod to good effect to get triples. Nice triple right there, too. He's gonna have to top up after this one, though.
Missed 1, so he'll get a double here, but yeah. Full magic coming up. Alright, can't be too far away from the end here. Looks like that was the last one.
That is GG to Kyong. Just has to cross this treacherous 1x30 bridge. And he finishes with an official SRL time of 46 minutes and 49 seconds. GG.
46 minutes. Holy cow, that's something.
Yeah, I did not expect it to be this fast.
No, if you've been following any of the races, you can wind up with some really wonky settings and have to sit here for a few hours, but we got gifted with a question mark for Fast Ganon seed today. So GG to Kyong. We'll see if we can get him in here for an interview. And we are joined by Kyong. Kyong, GG.
Okay, thank you.
So, you know, coming into a mystery seed, you don't know what to expect, but you end up with a 4 crystal Fast Ganon. Any thoughts on this seed in general?
It was pretty silly. Even if it wasn't for Crystal, you know, the amount of items, of really huge items you got so early one after another was kind of not.
Was there any sort of play that you felt like really helped to get this to 46 minutes? A lot of the seed was fairly linear. Both you and Amarith did about the same things, except she went to Zora, and I think did more of Palace of Darkness. You went straight for the end. Was there anything that you intentionally did, I don't know, differently?
I kind of tried to check some chests on the way because Master Sword Silverless, but it's like there's so much of the game left that the odds of finding anything useful so low at that point that I didn't really want to sacrifice too much time going out of my way. Especially since we had like plenty of bottles and stuff, so even if things went not perfectly, as it didn't went perfect, I could still fix it and survive.
Yeah, we did see that the silver arrows were up in Ganon's tower. Could have needed as many as 7 crystals to get there, so no way you were going to get those today. So I believe this was the second match of the week for Kinda Rando Retired. Is that right?
Yes.
So next week we got coming up Cross Keys. What are your thoughts on your team doing Cross Keys? Who is playing and who are you playing against?
Yeah, but I really roll against. We're not a nice team, to be honest. Well, it's gonna be interesting. Race we won Cross Keys before. I ended up seeing on tournaments when it happened, but I'm fairly comfortable with it, so I think should be fine.
Alright, meanwhile here, just wanna... Amarith is now in the Ganon fight and is tackling this Master Sword Ganon fight pretty well as well so far. So, Kyong, coming into the seed, what were you hoping for? What were you expecting from Mystery, seeing as all the other seeds that had come before this one?
Well, you can't really expect much. I mean, there are the weights, you know, the probabilities and stuff. In general, I wanted something longer, but in the end, it worked out.
That it did.
So I just want to recap. We had a little bit of connection issue while you were explaining next week. For Cross Keys, it's going to be Kind of Rando Retired versus It's Mitts. And on the other opposing, we've got... Let me pull up the teams here. Got Cadenza, Little Miss Arcade, and Falcon, who would be your opponents. So, yeah, looking forward to seeing the Cross Keys week. We've seen a little bit of that this week, but now everyone's going to be forced into it.
Yeah, fortunately or unfortunately, we won't have any 52-minute seeds or 46-minute seeds next week. Everything should be a good while with Cross Keys.
Yeah, get some popcorn, get some water, just get a comfortable chair. Cross Keys can take a while. And I think because of that, while the restreaming team has done an amazing job restreaming, a whole lot of these matches, I think upwards of 60 to even 64 some weeks. Next week, I think, might be a little bit sparser on matches, so be sure to watch everything you can.
I believe it's cross keys next week for IMA.
Oh no!
Oh! It is a long fight, and it's very hard not to fall off on Master Silver Scannon.
Good game knowledge to get that fairy out of the tree. All right, Kyong, thanks for joining us, and good luck in the coming weeks of League.
Yeah, thank you again. Sorry for all the frame drops, and thank you for the restream.
Have a good night.
And Amarith gonna go back into Ganon after picking up a few more potions. I was gonna say I was a little surprised that she didn't pick up another green potion and just drink it to refill magic. But I didn't realize she only had 31 rupees left.
Oh, this is a magic grab down in the secret passage.
Yeah. Yeah, this seed has been so fast, it didn't really give our runners a time to really collect much money. Plus, she also did do Zora, which is 500 rupees right there.
Yeah, you see Kyong still had 421 left over. There was 300 up on the Zora ledge, but neither runner had... Kyong never checked it, but Amarith did not have flippers at the time.
That's true. Alright, Amarith's gonna fall down into this hole again. Gonna start these 52 spin slashes again as well. Into phase 2. And take it nice and safe. And I don't blame her.
No, not after taking a fall. You want to take your time. All right, nicely tucked into the corner. We'll get the spin with a double hit.
And that red mail is actually helping out a lot here. Otherwise, she would have been dead to those fire bats quite a while ago.
Yeah, as we saw, those fire bats will take 4 hearts off of a green mail. Kyong demonstrated that, and really cutting it close with half a heart remaining, dodging those fire bats. All right, phase 3. Go ahead.
Yeah, honestly, this pattern this time was a lot nicer than the first pattern. does get torch glitch, which is nice. And there's 2 hits in.
Timing that just to set up a triple.
Nice, nice.
Alright, last potion, and no chance to buy more potions unless she wants to go get that 300 rupees out of Zora. So I think she's halfway through these spins.
Hopefully we'll not need to top up again.
Ooh, just maybe 1 frame too soon or too late. I gotta play a little conservative with the magic at this point.
Though I think she's getting real close here. That's a nice place to set up a triple.
Yeah, friendly warps here too.
Nice triple. And there's the last hit.
Alright, just north of an hour, Amarith is going to cross that bridge and go reclaim the Triforce. Coming in at
And-
second place at 1 hour, 1 minute, 7 seconds. GG to Amarith.
Yeah, that was a super fast seed. And very well played by both runners.
Definitely. Yeah, both of them, kind of followed a lot of the same things. Let's see if we can get Amarith in here real quick for an interview.
Yeah, Amarith just checked a few extra locations on the way. I think that's what really got her a little bit behind at the
We do have Amarith in the booth with us. GG, Amarith.
So what do you think Marith's collection rate will be like? Will it be 100 plus, or what do you think?
I'm thinking the only real differences that we saw here were Zora, Mireshed, Checkerboard, a little bit more in Pod. I don't think it could be 100. That's not 12 more checks.
Yeah, that's true.
GG. Got my
Ah,
side
there she
fixed.
is. Hey, GG, Amarith. So,
Oh, what a jet seed.
yeah, so we were talking about that, with Mystery, you could wind up with some crazy ones, but you got a something to Ganon Tower and 4 Crystal Fast Ganon. Any thoughts on how the seed developed overall?
It just kind of laid everything out for us, like right in front of us. Just like, here, have everything you need, and be like in go mode by like 20 minutes. Just By the way, you're probably going to be doing Master Sword Silverless Ganon, so enjoy that. You know, one of my least favorite fights.
Now, at what point, did you kind of realize, oh, I'm kind of in go mode as long as I can do these in the dark? Because around the time you were headed to Pod, I think we were figuring out you could do Pod, Desert, Eastern, and then fake flipper to Ice Palace if you needed to.
Yeah, it was like after Hype Cave and grabbing the bow and the mitts, I was like, okay, I can hit just about every dungeon at this point, really, except for like Swamp Palace. And then I was like, okay, let's go see what the pyramid has. And when it was 4 crystals, I was like, that's basically go mode because I can do any of these. I can fake flipper to ice. I'm good. I got 4 right now. Let's go. I wanted to check a couple extra stuff along the way because like I'd really much prefer to have tempered, but
Yeah, there were a few checks that you did that Kyong did not. So we were talking about that a little bit. Zora, you went and got the mail. You got the other mail in Meyershed, checked checkerboard, and then went through Dark Maze. Kyong ended up doing this green mail, but that's his problem.
yeah, power to him. That's really I can't, not with Master Sword Silver, not without like a hook shot or a cape or just something. I mean, we had plenty of we had the 3 bottles. It was just ugh.
You didn't even have half magic. Yeah, you had no safeties.
It was like not even the lamp either for the torch glitch. I'm just like, this is gonna be a rough Ganon.
Both of you did get that fire torch push pretty quick, though. It was pretty good.
I'm just happy I got it. I was actually surprised I got it.
So, what were you expecting coming into this seed? After all the seeds that we'd seen, were you expecting something that was going to take forever, or what were you thinking?
I was hoping for like all the crazy, I was like, all right, we're gonna get in here. It's gonna be like inverted, cross keys, hard mode, like just something absolutely insane. But nope, it's just gonna be like, here you go, have the most jet seed like possible. Because Kyong is pretty good, like from what I understand. So it's like my only hope is like something that's on like you have to go to everywhere.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So coming up next week is Cross Keys. Are you excited about that?
Oh yeah, that's been loads of fun.
Who's playing your team on Cross Keys?
It should be me and Oro, and we'll be playing against Team Hot Dish, one of the other Goma podcast teams. So it'll be interesting to see who they throw at us.
Yeah, this will be a nice matchup. So, just all members of the Go Mode community going at it in week 5. Cross Keys, I got to watch that.
Should be a good one.
Any anticipation on how you and Oro might do in Cross Keys? Because it's one of those things that seems intimidating on the surface, and after you complete one, you think that's not so bad. But man, was that kind of a head trip.
It's not bad. It's just that it can be very volatile because you could miss something that your opponent can find like really early. Like your opponent could find Moon Pearl in the first like 10-15 minutes and you miss it for an hour and a half, and then you're just like, well, now the entire world is open to me and let's just figure out where I have to go because there's so many places open now because I found everything else in the meantime.
Well, I don't think the seed was long enough to really have a whole lot of thoughts to it. Pretty linear, as we talked about, and 4 crystal fast Ganon. Is there anything you wanted to finish up with?
No, not really. Just thank you guys for calming. Thank the tracker and everyone for just coming out and watching all this. League has been a blast so far. So
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. And G, we are still week 4. We've got a lot of mystery left to solve, including one more tonight. We've got on the ALTTPR League Twitch channel, the Long Shots versus Clown Parade. You'll see Diesel Martini versus Purdy Wong try and solve their mystery. And then we've got plenty tomorrow and Saturday and a few on Sunday as well. So be sure to check the schedule and tune in to any of the Speed Gaming channels 1 through 6 or the ALTTPR League 1 through 3. Auntie Sim, any additional thoughts before we sign off here?
Yeah, just go ahead and give a follow to our amazing runners who destroyed this jet seed, and also to my co-com and our track group done a great job. Don't follow me, I don't stream, so.
Yeah, well, thank you, and thanks to our runners, thanks to my co-com as well. And everyone, have a good night and stay safe.